Good afternoon, campers. So, originally I made the attempt with this cabinet face here, yada yada, that I was going to kind of cut out along my lines with a router. So I had a straight edge and a straight router bit, and I was gonna zip, zap, zoop, zork, and didn't do too bad here. Had a little crazy there. Of course, the line ended up digging too deep down in there. But I was like, oh, okay, well, forget that. We'll just keep moving on. And I got to this end, and I picked up, moved over, and then and had another. So that was fun. Chewed up my level too, by the way. Then I got here, and I just kept on going. And I got about right here, and I went, oh, fuck. So I stopped what I was doing. I pulled it apart. And then I even tried to make a patch. And I did make a patch. But, yeah, it didn't. Glue's not strong enough to keep that together. And seeing how this is going to be the face of that thing. I want it to be one piece, because this is a load-bearing poster, as Bart said. So this is a load-bearing poster. It's got to be in one piece. I was hoping the patch would work, but no. That's not going to cut it. So unfortunately, I'm going to have to buy another piece of plywood, which I was hoping I was done with plywood, but no, we're going to have to buy another one. But doing this kind of spiraled into, okay, well, I'm going to have to do a lot of long straight cuts, and I need something like a track saw. And maybe with a track saw, if I had, that, I would have picked up, which I probably wouldn't have. I probably would have cut right through there. But the thinking was, if I had a track saw, maybe, life would just be, perfect. So with that line of thinking in my head, I thought about it, and I looked on how much track saws cost, and they're like, ridiculous money. So then I says, well, what if I just make one? So that has led me to spending all weekend thinking about and designing this thing. So this is basically a saw track sled. So I got my Craftsman right here, and it slides sort of. A little too tight in the middle, but it slides in the track. And this thing, I made it about 10 feet long. So we can cut a full 8-foot sheet right there. All the way down to this mark here. So we got room for the saw to start over here. This is just a clamp piece. But the saw plate can come all the way back to here. Run all the way down in one shot. And that's the, that's the plan anyway. So, yeah. Really haven't got anything done on the camper this weekend, Doing that foo bar over here yesterday really just, it was the first fucking thing I did too. Very first thing I did. I came out Saturday afternoon, put this on the table, and I said, all right, I got everything measured out, marked out. I know how big all my holes need to be. Look, I got all these lines here. It looks like I know what I'm doing. It looks like, something had a plan, And then, did that first thing. So, and it really chewed up my my level too. The bed got away from me a couple times. But that's okay. It's an old level. It's not like one of my clean, brand newer ones. But that's the plan. Is we're gonna bought this piece of foam. Gonna get the new plywood, and we'll make, of course, this long cut with that, and then probably the edge cut with that new track saw there. And then I got a bunch of other long cuts I'm gonna have to do with some more of this stuff, and then I still need to figure out what I'm gonna use to back these things with, like wallpaper or something, But wallpaper is stupid expensive nowadays. I don't know, but oh well, it is what it is. So that's really we've gotten pretty much nothing done this weekend. But, well, is what it is. And I'll have to figure out where to store it. I'm probably going to take the track saw sled and like bolt it up in Yahweh's, up in there somewheres. Or hang it over here maybe. But I got this bar thing in the way, so maybe not. But, yeah. So hopefully we'll have some more progress next weekend. So there we go. And as always, keep your stick in a check.